Now, this one is a much longer progress video, as I feel I have a little bit more to talk about and I've been playing a little bit more. Now, first off, my crafting goal, and I think I've underestimated how powerful the ruby rings are going to be. I'm going to need a lot less of the other stuff than what I thought I would need. And I've also downgraded the smithing goal in a way. Instead of focusing on getting 89, I might as well focus on getting 78 first, since that'll be a lot more, I don't know, useful. But yes, here I am still doing my whole mining and smelting of the mithril bars and keeping them in my inventory until I am ready to actually smith them into the battle axes and get some smithing XP up for a change. Now, this is not the most efficient way to go about it, as I think I've said before, but it was a lot of fun and it was nice to actually get up some XP as well as having some gold in my inventory and working on getting up that cash stack so I can buy all my placeholder stuff that I talked about a few episodes ago. And while I'm doing this, I'd like to hit on how much different the crafting is going to go than what I thought it would originally go. My first instinct was that I would just hang out in the crafting guild and make bowls, drop them, and repeat, and then eventually make some silver and some gold. Occasionally, just kind of do 4 or 5 inventories of bowls, and then get bored of that and want to go at least bank something, so it felt like some kind of actual progress had been made. But now it's just going to be mining, getting up gems, getting those random events that will give me usually cut or uncut, preferably uncut, gems to help out with the crafting and make that kind of just really leveling up on its own kind of very passively, as opposed to smithing, which will have to be almost entirely not passive, just going at it so hard every day, all day, every day. The only other thing that can really help it out is getting some randoms, some like genie lamps that'll help out, or a tome of XP, which would be amazing at this point. It'd be like 900 more XP. That's like 30 less iron bars I would have to do. Now, I've included this clip of me just finally smithing up all of the mithril bars that I had spent so long mining and smelting down there, just to really drive home the point of how long it takes to even just do the quick, quote unquote, quick part of smithing, which is hammering out the bars. And this is still takes me something like 3 or 4 minutes to get done, which in retrospect, it's nothing compared to the immense amount of time it took to mine the 150 myth ore combined with the 600 coal. But now I finally get those done and go down to Lumbridge, where that is the specialty shop for woodcutting axes as well as battle axes. And then I hop worlds a bunch of times, so that way I can get a halfway decent price for all of these and get up some coins for a change. Now, there is another new update that came to RuneScape recently, and that is the shooting stars, which they had shooting stars in RuneScape 3, as we're all probably aware of, but now coming to old school, they've decided to do it in a very different way. Now, I went around and looked for some of these, and I had no luck finding them because finding them as a free to play person is just almost impossible. I don't remember how many locations there are, but there are upwards of 35, maybe even 50 places that they can land in free to play that you can actually get to. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they said that in a free to play world, it can land in members' areas and you just can't get to it. So, and over 2/3 of the areas are like members' areas. So, there's probably only a star that's reachable on about a third of the servers. And on top of that, there's so many locations that they could be in that you'd really just have to scout a whole world and then be like, okay, well, I spent like 40 or 50 minutes walking around this whole place to find one. I guess I'll hop to the next one. Maybe I'll get lucky there. But so I was hopping around a little bit trying to look for one because I did want to include that in this video, but I just could not find one. I was at the crafting guild hopping around as well as the Alcarid little mining place, and just no luck whatsoever. Now, here is a slightly updated bank video, since I feel I need to show that since it's been a while, for me at least in game. For you guys, it's not been any time hardly at all since you've seen my bank. And I've made a little bit of progress, a little bit of stuff has been happening. But overall, I don't think much has changed yet. So, as I was talking about, here I am going to the Alcarid mine just to get up some Addy ore, and luckily I get another ruby while I'm there. That's always welcome, but the stars should land off in the distance there, and there's just not one. I hopped around so much getting that Addy ore, and there was just none of it. So right there, I get another ruby, it looks like, as a random event on my way back from mining. So just a nice little bonus in there to keep it going along. Then this inventory was hella nice to me, getting those 2 rubies and a sapphire. And that's just amazing. I think that was on the trip, though, where I had picked up the 1 ruby and went down to bank it again, or rather to mine iron ore and then bank. And most of this time, I've just been spending it mining. It's what I'm going to be doing for pretty much forever, other than getting these nice little random events here to keep it a little different and hopefully get some more gems, because that's the only reliable way I can get gems other than killing the ogresses, which I will be doing eventually to change it up. I'm not quite sure when. I need so much ore that I just don't know when I'm going to get around to actually going for the gems in and of themselves. And here comes in my nice little mining level. And with that, that brings me to 77 mining, which I really appreciate because that is officially the almost halfway mark, well, a halfway mark to 84 mining if you go by XP wise. But I need 85 mining to mine the runite ore, and I don't want to take a dwarven stout and try and mine runite ore in the wildy. It's just not a good look. It can be done. It's fine. If I wasn't a hardcore Iron Man, I probably wouldn't care. So now I'm getting up this fun little maze random. It's always nice to have one of these, but more about the I don't know. I tried to edit the video just a slight bit to try and take out some of those black bars. I don't know. It might look dumb, but I'm just trying out different things right now, trying to see if there's a way that I can make these a little bit more full screen without having to resize my screen every single time, because that gets really annoying really quick. And I'd like to try and edit these videos in such a way that it makes it so I'm not trying to resize my screen every time I load up RuneScape and play it. That'd be nice. Other than that, I think on the next video, I'm probably going to start on my smelting and maybe try some ogresses and try and get some gem drops from them and see where that lands me. And I get a pretty nice little reward there from that maze. And then I want to get up some Addy, I guess. I got so bored of all this iron mining and stuff like that, so I just figured, fuck it, I'm gonna mine some Addy, have some fun, get up those numbers. Because once I do get Addy, it is so much more profitable than Mithril or Steel, because Mithril it's about the same as Steel. I think it's very unbalanced because in inventory of the coal and iron that you need to make steel, that you can make 9 steel bars, or you can make 5 myth bars with the same amount of ores, essentially. And once you make the thing, it's going to sell for the same amount. Sure, if I could make a myth plate, yeah, it'd be a little bit better. But right now, it's just better to do steel. It's quicker if I want to get up money, which I don't exactly right now. It doesn't matter that much. And hey, look, ooh, a ruby. Another one to add to the collection. But I think ogresses are going to be fun. It'll be nice to change it up. And now, how many am I going to do? I don't know. Eventually, I do want to go into the wild with a posse of people to help me, because you got to protect me from all the PKers if I'm going to get that runehide ore. So that'll be fun. Time to take a little break from mining and do a clue scroll. I haven't done one of those in quite a while, but the collection is getting up there. I would like 128, I believe, before I do an opening video. So then I have a kind of sort of a 50-50 chance of getting all the uniques, because I should be at the drop rate of getting at least enough uniques. It would be very rare if I didn't get a duplicate, because, I mean, you do. That's just the nature of the game, and everything else in those chests are pretty much worthless. Because the best other thing you can get is a bunch of black gear, which is kind of nice. It's a rare for an Iron Man, because it's the only way you can acquire some of the black gear in the game. And look, another clue scroll. Another casket to add to the collection. So it's coming along quite nicely with all these clue scrolls and these random events to get more gems. I appreciate everyone, except this one, since it gives me a gold bar. I don't want that. I don't need gold bars. I need gems and clue scrolls. More and more clue scrolls. Now, mining usually doesn't give that many, but apparently I got a lot here at the end, because I've probably just been mining iron ore just about this whole time. And there comes in my next mining level. So now I am 78 mining. And now, here to wrap it up, I'm just going to do a little bit of a bank reveal, and more or less the only thing that's changed is just the amount of clue scrolls I've gotten, as well as just my ores. Everything else in my bank is pretty much the same. But now I've got 15,000 iron ore and like 1,500 gold ore.